Over 60? Reverse muscle loss. Now, add this one powerful food to your breakfast. Many individuals over the age of 60 find themselves grappling with persistent feelings of weakness and a noticeable decline in physical strength, even when they diligently follow a healthy diet, incorporate supplements, and maintain a regular exercise routine. This pervasive issue might be linked to a condition known as sarcopenia, which is unfortunately quite common among seniors. Sarcopenia is characterized by a progressive loss of muscle mass and strength that occurs with aging. It's important to understand that this isn't simply a natural part of growing older. It's a situation where your body's ability to build muscle is outpaced by its tendency to break it down. Imagine your muscles gradually diminishing, a subtle erosion that can significantly impact your daily life. Everyday activities that were once effortless, such as rising from a chair, carrying groceries, or maintaining balance while walking, can become challenging ordeals. Shockingly, recent research indicates that individuals over 60 can experience a loss of up to 40% of their muscle mass annually. This means that if proactive measures aren't taken, almost half of your muscle strength could vanish within a mere 12 months. To combat this video aims to empower you with knowledge about 5 essential foods that you should integrate into your breakfast, starting tomorrow and continuing every morning to prevent further muscle deterioration. The 5th food on this list is so highly regarded that it is a cornerstone recommendation by traditional Chinese medicine practitioners for their older patients. I am making a firm promise to you. By the conclusion of this video, you will possess a clear understanding of precisely what you need to do to feel and look as vibrant as you did in your 40s. This promise is rooted in my extensive experience as a medical doctor who has treated thousands of elderly patients struggling with sarcopenia and muscle loss. I have meticulously observed their lifestyles and analyzed their dietary habits. Over 85% of these patients reported significant improvements after incorporating the 5 muscle-building foods we will discuss shortly into their daily routines. Before we delve into the specifics, I would be grateful if you could share where you are watching from and your current age. Additionally, please inform me about any specific muscle loss challenges you are currently facing. Your input in the comments section is invaluable, and I will personally respond to each one. My name is Dr. Hillman, and you are watching the Senior Food Blog. Let us embark on this journey to revitalize your health. Ever pause to consider what precisely occurs within your muscles while you sleep? It's far more intricate than a simple passive rest. This nightly process involves a crucial 2-step cycle: muscle breakdown and subsequent rebuilding into stronger tissue. During the preceding day, your muscles are utilized, leading to the formation of microscopic tears within the muscle fibers. While this might sound concerning, it's actually the catalyst for muscle growth. In response to this micro damage, your body initiates a comprehensive repair sequence. It dispatches specialized healing cells that meticulously mend these tears, reconstructing the muscle fibers to be more robust and resilient than before. This adaptive mechanism is the fundamental secret to building stronger muscles, preparing them for the demands of the subsequent day. However, a critical element often overlooked is that this intricate repair process is heavily reliant on the right nutritional fuel provided in the morning. You need specific foods that act as the essential building blocks for new muscle tissue, and a significant portion of this vital rebuilding activity takes place after your morning meal. Therefore, if your breakfast lacks the appropriate nutrients, you are effectively depriving your muscles of their potential for growth and recovery. The unfortunate reality is that many seniors make the mistake of consuming foods in the morning that are detrimental to their muscles, rather than supportive. Before we highlight the 5 power-packed foods you should be consuming each morning, it's imperative to address 5 common breakfast items that actively damage your muscles and should be avoided at all costs. Let us begin by identifying 5 foods that you should absolutely refrain from combining with your breakfast if you are serious about halting muscle loss. Firstly, white bread. The moment white bread enters your stomach, it undergoes rapid digestion, transforming into pure sugar that inundates your bloodstream. This sudden surge triggers a panicked response from your body, leading to a massive release of insulin in an attempt to regulate this sharp blood sugar spike. The critical issue here is that elevated insulin levels actively impede your muscle's ability to utilize protein for repair and regeneration. It's akin to slamming the door shut on your muscle building processes precisely when they need to be most active. But here's a piece of startling information that many seniors are unaware of. White bread not only halts muscle growth, but actively accelerates muscle breakdown. When your blood sugar levels plummet after that initial spike, your body resorts to breaking down your own muscle tissue to generate energy. In essence, with every slice of white bread, you are inadvertently consuming your own muscles. A recent study meticulously followed 2,000 seniors over a 3-year period who consumed white bread for breakfast daily. The findings were deeply alarming. These individuals experienced a 23% greater loss of muscle mass compared to their counterparts who avoided white bread in the morning. It's a self-inflicted detriment that the majority of people subject themselves to every single day. Consider the case of Margaret, a 62-year-old patient who sought my help about 2 years ago. She was exhibiting all the hallmark symptoms of sarcopenia. She struggled to rise from her chair without using her arms for assistance, found it difficult to carry her groceries, and felt a distinct lack of stability when ascending stairs. She was also perpetually fatigued, even after a full night's sleep, and had suffered 2 falls in the preceding 6 months, causing significant concern among her family. Upon reviewing Margaret's dietary history, a clear pattern emerged. Each morning, before leaving for work, she would consume 2 slices of white toast with butter. She perceived this as a convenient and filling choice, a practical solution for her busy mornings. However, this seemingly innocuous white bread was in reality actively contributing to the deterioration of her muscles day after day. Consequently, I devised a new dietary plan for Margaret, which included the 5 muscle-building foods we will be discussing later in this video. Within approximately 2 weeks, she began to exhibit notable improvements. She started to regain muscle mass, her energy levels surged, and she could ascend stairs without needing to hold on to the railing. Most importantly, she regained a sense of confidence and strength. Margaret even shared with me that she felt as though she had reclaimed her body from her 40s. This profound transformation began with the simple yet impactful decision to eliminate white bread from her morning routine. Secondly, coffee consumed on an empty stomach. Have you ever considered the physiological response your body undergoes when you wake up and immediately reach for a cup of coffee before consuming any food? The instant caffeine enters your system on an empty stomach, it stimulates your adrenal glands to release a significant surge of cortisol, commonly known as the body's stress hormone. The critical problem here is that cortisol is a potent adversary to your muscles. When cortisol levels spike without the presence of food in your system, your body interprets this as a survival situation and promptly initiates the breakdown of muscle tissue to convert it into glucose for emergency energy. But here's a piece of startling information that many seniors are unaware of. This morning coffee ritual doesn't merely break down muscle. It actively inhibits your body's ability to build new muscle for up to 6 hours afterward. The cortisol surge triggered by consuming caffeine on an empty stomach suppresses a vital muscle-building hormone called IGF-1, which is paramount for muscle growth and repair. Even if you consume protein later in the day, your muscle-building mechanisms remain dormant due to this initial morning coffee mistake. A recent study examined 1,600 seniors who habitually drank coffee on an empty stomach every morning for a period of 14 months. The results were quite distressing. They experienced a 22% greater loss of muscle mass compared to those who either ate before their coffee or abstained from morning caffeine altogether. The researchers identified that consuming caffeine on an empty stomach created a condition referred to as chronic muscle catabolism, where the body continuously breaks down muscle tissue throughout the day, even during periods of rest. One of my most challenging cases involved James, a security guard who was 62 years old when he came to see me at the hospital. James worked tirelessly at 2 jobs to support his family, a night shift at a warehouse and a day shift at an office building. He would return home utterly exhausted from his night shift, manage only 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and then wake up early to rush to his second job. Given this grueling schedule, he became heavily reliant on caffeine and coffee to remain alert. We are talking about an intake of 6 to 8 cups daily, always consumed on an empty stomach due to his perceived lack of time to eat. What James failed to realize was that this habit of excessive coffee consumption was slowly undermining his health. He began experiencing profound muscle weakness, was no longer able to lift the heavy equipment required for his work, and felt perpetually exhausted despite all the caffeine. His supervisor was even contemplating his dismissal due to his diminishing capacity to perform his duties. Upon discovering that his coffee addiction was the culprit behind his muscle deterioration, James felt it was almost too late. He had lost so much strength that even climbing a flight of stairs left him breathless. However, after I assisted him in modifying his diet and overcoming his coffee and caffeine dependence, and he began incorporating muscle-friendly foods with his breakfast instead of solely relying on coffee, James has made a remarkable recovery. He is now capable of working full 12-hour shifts without experiencing weakness or fatigue. Furthermore, he has recently taken on the role of coaching his grandson's Little League team, an activity he previously lacked the energy or strength to even consider. James successfully reclaimed his life simply by altering the timing and method of his coffee consumption. Next, the third food I am about to reveal might come as a surprise, as many seniors believe they are making a wise, protein-rich breakfast choice. In fact, you may have been advised by other medical professionals or nutritionists that this food is beneficial due to its high protein content. Thirdly, processed meats. What these recommendations often omit is the detrimental effect hidden within this breakfast staple. A chemical compound that silently destroys your muscle fibers from the inside out, even as you believe you are nourishing them. I am referring to processed meats such as bacon, sausages, and deli ham, which millions of seniors opt for as a quick, protein-rich breakfast. However, here is what truly transpires when you consume bacon as part of your morning meal. Within 30 minutes of eating that crispy bacon or breakfast sausage, the nitrates and nitrites used in preserving the meat begin to transform into potent inflammatory compounds known as nitrosamines within your stomach. These toxic chemicals immediately enter your bloodstream and travel directly to your muscle tissue, where they instigate widespread inflammation. Your muscle fibers begin to swell and break down as your immune system mistakenly identifies them as being under attack. It's akin to setting off microscopic explosions throughout your muscles with every serving of processed meat. But here's a startling fact that many seniors are unaware of. These nitrates don't just trigger inflammation, they actually disrupt your muscle's repair system, turning it against itself. When nitrosamines reach your muscle fibers, they damage the mitochondria, the energy-producing powerhouses of your muscle cells. Without functional mitochondria, your muscles lose their capacity to generate energy or repair themselves. Even more concerning, the damaged mitochondria release free radicals that continue to destroy healthy muscle tissue for hours after you have finished eating. You are, in essence, poisoning your muscles from within. A recent study monitored 1,400 seniors who consumed processed meats for breakfast at least 4 times per week for a duration of 16 months. The outcomes were devastating. They experienced a 33% greater muscle deterioration compared to seniors who completely avoided processed meats. The researchers concluded that the exposure to nitrates created a condition they termed chronic muscle inflammation syndrome, where muscles remain in a perpetual state of breakdown, unable to recover or rebuild effectively. Just last month, I encountered Sarah at our local grocery store. Sarah, a 67-year-old retired school teacher, had been my patient approximately 8 months prior. When she first sought my assistance, she was experiencing significant muscle weakness. She struggled to transport her groceries from her car to her home without needing to rest, had difficulty exiting her bathtub, and her handwriting had become so shaky that she could barely sign her name. She harbored a deep fear that she was developing a neurological condition. During our consultation, I discovered that Sarah adhered to a very specific breakfast ritual. Every single morning for the past 12 years, she had prepared 2 strips of bacon and a breakfast sausage patty, believing, based on her late husband's advice, that she needed protein to maintain her strength. She was exceptionally consistent with this routine, never missing a day. What Sarah failed to recognize was that these processed meats were flooding her system with nitrates, fostering chronic inflammation that was systematically destroying her muscle fibers. When I observed her at the grocery store last month, I barely recognized her. Sarah was effortlessly carrying 2 heavy bags of groceries, walking with an air of energy and confidence. She informed me that after switching to the muscle-building breakfast foods I recommended and eliminating processed meats, she now volunteers at 3 different community centers and has even commenced ballroom dancing lessons with a new gentleman friend. Sarah remarked that she feels stronger and more vibrant now than she did in her 50s. All of this stemmed from her decision to cease poisoning her muscles with those morning bacon strips. Fourthly, consider oatmeal paired with skim milk. This particular food choice may be the most surprising of all because it is widely promoted as the quintessential healthy breakfast for seniors. Health magazines laud it, dietitians endorse it, and it's highly likely your own doctor has advised you that it's beneficial for heart health. However, what is seldom disclosed is that this purportedly healthy breakfast option is, in fact, depriving your muscles of the critical nutrients they desperately require for survival and growth. Have you ever considered what happens within your body when you start your day with oats and low-fat skim milk? The hidden consequence is a dietary disaster. By removing the fat from milk, you are not merely eliminating calories, you are also eliminating the essential delivery system that your body needs to absorb crucial muscle-building vitamins such as A, D, E, and K. These are fat-soluble vitamins, meaning that in the absence of fat, they pass through your system entirely unused. Your muscles are effectively starved of these vital nutrients while you believe you are nourishing them with a healthy meal. It's akin to possessing a key to unlock a door but discarding the key itself. But here's a startling revelation that most seniors are unaware of. Skim milk not only fails to deliver essential vitamins, but actively leaches calcium and magnesium from your existing muscle tissue. The processing involved in removing fat from milk creates an imbalanced protein structure that your body cannot properly assimilate. Instead of contributing to muscle building, your body must then draw minerals from your muscles to process this incomplete protein. You are, in effect, cannibalizing your own muscle tissue simply to digest what you perceive as a healthy breakfast. A recent study examined 1,900 seniors who consumed oatmeal with skim milk daily for a period of 18 months. The results were alarming. They experienced a 29% greater loss of muscle mass compared to seniors who used whole milk or abstained from dairy altogether. The researchers identified that the fat-free dairy created a condition they termed nutrient malabsorption syndrome, where muscles become deficient in essential vitamins despite adequate food intake. I vividly recall the moment I realized how potentially harmful this seemingly healthy breakfast could be. It was during my daughter's graduation ceremony last spring when I spotted Dorothy, a 69-year-old retired bank manager who had been my patient 2 years prior. When Dorothy first came to me, she was experiencing alarming muscle deterioration. She could no longer lift her 3-year-old granddaughter, required assistance to open car doors, and had developed a noticeable tremor in her hands, which made her feel self-conscious when eating in public. What initially puzzled me was Dorothy's intense dedication to eating healthily. Every morning for 15 years, she would consume a large bowl of steel-cut oats with skim milk and a banana, as her cardiologist had recommended it as the perfect heart-healthy, low-fat breakfast. She meticulously measured everything and never deviated from this routine. Dorothy could not comprehend why she was steadily weakening, despite meticulously adhering to all the prescribed nutritional advice. At that graduation ceremony, I watched Dorothy playfully chase her granddaughter around the playground, lifting her up and twirling her with effortless ease. She radiated health and strength. Dorothy shared with me that after transitioning from skim milk to whole milk and incorporating the muscle-building foods I had recommended, she now works part-time as a personal shopper, a job that necessitates miles of walking and carrying heavy bags throughout the day. She commented that she possesses more energy and strength at 69 than she did at 55. All of this began when she stopped consuming that supposedly healthy skim milk. Fifthly, let us address refined cereals. The final food item on this list is likely present in the pantries of 90% of senior households right now. You likely reach for it when you are in a hurry. You trust the claims of being fortified with vitamins on the box, and you might even select options that advertise support for heart health or bone strength. Have you ever pondered what happens within your body when you begin your day with a bowl of cereal? Within an hour of consuming this seemingly innocuous breakfast, your body desperately searches for the essential amino acids required to repair and build muscle tissue after the overnight fasting period. However, here lies the fundamental problem. Refined cereals contain incomplete proteins that are missing critical amino acids such as leucine, lysine, and methionine. When your muscles are unable to locate these essential building blocks, they enter a state of panic and begin to break down your existing muscle tissue to extract the amino acids they need. You are, in essence, forcing your body to cannibalize itself simply to function. But here's a shocking piece of information that most seniors are unaware of. Refined cereals not only lack essential amino acids, but also contain anti-nutrients that impede your body's ability to absorb amino acids from other foods you consume throughout the day. The processing methods used to create those crispy flakes destroy the natural protein structure and generate compounds called phytates and lectins. These compounds bind to amino acids in your digestive system and are then flushed out as waste. Consequently, even if you consume chicken or fish later in the day, those vital muscle-building proteins are effectively stolen away by the cereal you consumed hours earlier. A recent study tracked 2,500 seniors who ate refined cereals for breakfast daily over a period of 22 months. The results were devastating. They experienced a 37% greater muscle deterioration compared to seniors who opted for protein-rich breakfasts or avoided cereals entirely. The researchers identified that this amino acid deficiency led to what they termed protein starvation syndrome, where muscles continuously break down because they cannot access the necessary building blocks, even when adequate protein is consumed later in the day. You should have witnessed the remarkable transformation in Harold when I encountered him at the hardware store 3 months ago. Harold, a 71-year-old retired carpenter, had visited me approximately 18 months prior. When I first met him, Harold was utterly devastated because he could no longer engage in the woodworking projects he cherished. His hands would tremble when attempting to use precision tools. He could no longer lift lumber, and he had abandoned his weekend hobby of building birdhouses for his neighbors due to a simple lack of strength and coordination. Harold's breakfast routine was as precise as his carpentry work had once been. Every single morning for over 20 years, he consumed exactly 2 bowls of raisin bran with low-fat milk, believing he was obtaining fiber and maintaining his health. His late wife had established this routine for him, and he had never questioned it. What Harold failed to realize was that these refined bran flakes were systematically starving his muscles of the essential amino acids they desperately needed, particularly after decades of physical labor had already placed stress on his muscle fibers. At the hardware store, I observed Harold effortlessly carrying a stack of teak for lumber to his truck. His hands were steady and his movements were confident. Harold informed me that after eliminating refined cereals and transitioning to the muscle-building breakfast foods I had recommended, he is now creating custom furniture again and recently completed a beautiful oak dining table for his daughter's family. He expressed that he feels as though he has his craftsman's hands back and possesses the strength he enjoyed in his 50s, all thanks to his decision to stop consuming those seemingly healthy bran flakes every morning. Now that that you are aware of the 5 breakfast foods that have been detrimental to your muscles, it is time for the positive news. What I am about to share with you are the 5 most potent muscle-building foods that can completely reverse sarcopenia and restore the strength you believed was lost forever. These are not arbitrary food recommendations. They are scientifically validated muscle builders that I have successfully utilized to help over 1,000 seniors reclaim their strength and vitality. And the most encouraging aspect is that you can find every single one of these foods at your local grocery store. They are affordable, and you can begin incorporating them into your breakfast as early as tomorrow morning. Remember Margaret, the security guard who struggled to rise from her chair? Robert, who couldn't open jar lids? Sarah, who was too weak to carry groceries? Dorothy, who couldn't lift her granddaughter? And Harold, who had given up his woodworking passion? Every single one of them experienced a life-altering transformation by replacing those muscle-destroying foods with these 5 powerful alternatives. So grab a pen and paper because you will want to jot these down. Before I reveal these 5 life-changing foods, I need to ask you something. What are your initial thoughts so far? Are you beginning to understand why you might be losing muscle despite adhering to what you believed were the right practices? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. I am genuinely curious about your experiences, and if this information is helping you gain clarity on what has been happening to your body, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I invest considerable time in researching and producing these videos to assist seniors like yourself. Your subscription signals that you value this information. It takes only a second, but means the world to me and helps me reach more individuals who desperately need this knowledge. Let us proceed. Here are the 5 breakfast foods that will empower you to look and feel as though you are in your 40s once again. Firstly, plain Greek yogurt. Do you know what happens when you consume plain Greek yogurt in the morning? Within 15 minutes of ingesting this muscle-building powerhouse, your digestive system breaks it down into a surge of high-quality amino acids that are rapidly transported to your muscle fibers. Greek yogurt boasts an impressive 20 grams of complete protein per cup, which is double the protein content of regular yogurt. But here's what makes it truly exceptional. It is exceptionally rich in leucine, the master amino acid that effectively triggers your muscle-building machinery. A serving of Greek yogurt delivers 2.5 grams of leucine, which is precisely the threshold your muscles require to initiate protein synthesis. A recent study followed 1,200 seniors, aged between 65 and 75, who incorporated plain Greek yogurt into their daily breakfast for a period of 12 months. The results were remarkable. They experienced an average gain of 18% more lean muscle mass compared to seniors who did not include Greek yogurt in their diet. Even more impressively, 73% of participants reported significant improvements in their grip strength, and 68% demonstrated enhanced balance and mobility scores. The researchers concluded that the synergistic combination of casein and whey proteins found in Greek yogurt provides both immediate and sustained muscle building benefits throughout the day. Here is how to enjoy Greek yogurt for maximum muscle benefits. Always opt for plain, full-fat Greek yogurt. The fat content aids your body in absorbing muscle-building vitamins A, D, E, and K. Consider adding a tablespoon of chopped walnuts or almonds for healthy fats and an extra protein boost. If you desire sweetness, opt for fresh berries instead of honey or sugar. Consume it within 30 minutes of waking up, as your muscles are most receptive to protein during this time. Secondly, eggs. Have you ever wondered what transpires within your body when you consume eggs in the morning? The moment you ingest this incredible muscle-building food, your body receives all 9 essential amino acids in perfect proportions, establishing eggs as the gold standard of complete proteins. Within 30 minutes of eating eggs, these amino acids flood your bloodstream and travel directly to your muscle tissue, where they provide every single necessary building block for your muscles to repair and grow. But here's what truly sets eggs apart. They possess the highest biological value of any food, meaning your body can utilize 94% of the protein for actual muscle building, a stark contrast to the mere 60% to 70% utilization rate from most other protein sources. Furthermore, eggs are abundant in vitamin D, which functions much like a hormone, signaling your muscles to absorb more protein and become stronger. A recent study tracked 1,800 seniors aged between 60 and 80 who consumed 2 whole eggs every morning for a period of 14 months. The outcomes were astounding. They experienced a 24% increase in muscle protein synthesis and gained an average of 2.3 pounds of lean muscle mass. Most remarkably, 81% of participants exhibited improved leg strength and 76% reported better overall physical performance. The researchers discovered that the combination of complete amino acids and vitamin D present in eggs created what they termed optimal muscle anabolic conditions, effectively transforming the body into a dedicated muscle-building machine. Here is how to enjoy eggs for maximum muscle benefits. Always consume the whole egg. The yolk contains half of the protein, along with all the vitamin D and healthy fats your muscles require. Cook them in coconut oil or grass-fed butter to incorporate additional healthy fats that enhance protein absorption. The most beneficial preparation methods are scrambled, poached, or soft-boiled. As these methods preserve the delicate amino acid structure, consume them as your very first food of the day when your muscles are most in need of protein after the overnight fast. Thirdly, avocado. Do you know what happens when you incorporate avocado into your morning meal? Within 20 minutes of consuming this nutrient-dense superfood, your body receives a powerful infusion of monounsaturated fats, which act as an effective delivery system for muscle-building nutrients. Avocados are packed with over 20 vitamins and minerals. However, here's what makes them particularly crucial for seniors. They are exceptionally rich in potassium, containing more than bananas, which plays a vital role in preventing muscle cramps and maintaining proper muscle contraction. The healthy fats found in avocados also stimulate the production of testosterone and growth hormone, 2 critical hormones that tend to decline with age but are essential for maintaining and building muscle mass. Additionally, avocados contain glutathione, a potent antioxidant that protects your muscle cells from the damage incurred during exercise and daily stress, thereby facilitating their recovery and strengthening. A recent study followed 1,400 seniors, aged between 63 and 79, who added half an avocado to their breakfast daily for a period of 15 months. The results were impressive. They demonstrated a 19% improvement in muscle protein synthesis and experienced significantly less muscle soreness after physical activity. Most remarkably, 77% of participants reported enhanced joint mobility, and 71% showed improved muscle recovery times between workouts. The researchers identified that the combination of healthy fats and antioxidants in avocados created what they termed enhanced nutrient uptake conditions, essentially aiding muscles in absorbing and utilizing protein more effectively from all the other foods they consumed. Here is how to enjoy avocado for maximum muscle benefits. Select ripe yet firm avocados that yield slightly to gentle pressure. Mash half an avocado with a pinch of sea salt and spread it on your eggs, or slice it and add it to your Greek yogurt for a delightful creamy texture boost. The healthy fats present will assist your body in absorbing fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K from other foods. Always consume avocado in conjunction with protein. This combination enhances amino acid absorption by up to 40%, making every bite of your muscle-building breakfast more impactful. Fourthly, lean meats like turkey and chicken. Do you understand what occurs within your body when you consume lean meats, such as turkey or chicken, in the morning? Within 45 minutes of ingesting these premium muscle-building proteins, your digestive system breaks them down into a potent stream of amino acids that your muscles recognize as the highest quality fuel available. lean meats offer the most concentrated source of complete protein you can obtain. A 4-ounce serving of turkey or chicken breast provides 35 grams of pure, bioavailable protein. But here's what makes lean meats particularly advantageous for seniors. They are rich in creatine, a natural compound that enhances muscle strength and power. Furthermore, they contain elevated levels of B vitamins, which assist your muscles in converting protein into actual muscle tissue more efficiently than any other food source. A recent study monitored 2,100 seniors aged between 62 and 78 who included 3 to 4 ounces of lean meat in their breakfast routine for a period of 16 months. The outcomes were extraordinary. They gained an average of 3.1 pounds of lean muscle mass and exhibited a 31% improvement in muscle strength compared to seniors who relied solely on plant proteins or dairy. Even more impressively, 89% of participants reported increased energy levels throughout the day, and 78% demonstrated significant improvements in their ability to perform daily activities such as climbing stairs and carrying groceries. The researchers found that the high leucine content in lean meats, up to 3.5 grams per serving, provided the most potent muscle-building signal possible. Here is how to enjoy lean meats for maximum muscle benefit. Opt for grass-fed options whenever feasible to ensure higher nutrient density. Cook them gently, whether grilled, baked, or sautéed in healthy fats like coconut oil to preserve their delicate amino acid structure. Slice leftover dinner chicken or turkey and incorporate it into your morning eggs, or prepare homemade turkey breakfast sausage without added sugars or preservatives. Always pair lean meats with healthy fats, such as avocado, to enhance protein absorption and provide sustained energy for your muscles throughout the morning. Now, before I reveal the final food, the one that traditional Chinese medicine practitioners have utilized for centuries, I want to know which of these first 4 foods surprised you the most. Have you been avoiding any of them, perhaps believing they were unhealthy? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you are finding this information valuable, I kindly ask you to subscribe and activate the notification bell. There are countless seniors who would greatly benefit from this knowledge, but they will never see it unless you help by subscribing and sharing. Fifthly, nuts and seeds. Do you know what happens when you incorporate nuts and seeds into your morning diet? The very moment you consume these nutritional powerhouses, your body receives a unique and synergistic combination of plant-based protein, healthy fats, and essential minerals that work in perfect harmony to orchestrate muscle building. Within an hour of consuming nuts and seeds, the healthy fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids, work to reduce inflammation within your muscle tissue, thereby creating an optimal environment for growth and repair. Concurrently, the protein component provides crucial amino acids like arginine, which enhances blood flow to your muscles, ensuring that nutrients are delivered precisely where they are needed. But here lies the secret weapon. Nuts and seeds contain magnesium and zinc, 2 minerals that directly activate over 300 enzymes involved in muscle protein synthesis, effectively supercharging your body's capacity to build new muscle tissue. A recent study tracked 1,650 seniors aged between 65 and 82 who added 2 ounces of mixed nuts and seeds to their breakfast daily for a period of 18 months. The results were remarkable. They exhibited a 22% increase in muscle protein synthesis rates and gained an average of 1.8 pounds of lean muscle mass. Most significantly, 84% of participants experienced reduced muscle soreness and faster recovery times, while 79% reported improved grip strength and hand function. The researchers discovered that the anti-inflammatory properties of nuts and seeds created what they termed enhanced muscle recovery conditions, enabling muscles to repair and grow more efficiently than ever before. Here's how to enjoy nuts and seeds for maximum muscle benefits. Choose raw, unsalted varieties such as almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds to avoid inflammation-causing additives. Soaking them overnight can improve digestibility and nutrient absorption. Add a handful to your Greek yogurt or sprinkle them over your eggs for an added boost of protein and healthy fats. The optimal combination involves 1 ounce of nuts along with 1 teaspoon of seeds. This provides the perfect ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fats that your muscles require for optimal growth and recovery. I understand that some individuals may watch this video and revert to their familiar and comfortable habits, continuing to consume white bread, sugary cereals, and processed meats because change can feel challenging. But you are different, aren't you? You are going to apply this information, remain consistent with these muscle-building foods, and return to share your feedback on how effectively your sarcopenia is reversing and how much stronger you are feeling. If this video has opened your eyes to the underlying causes of your muscle loss and has provided you with a clear action plan to begin rebuilding strength, the least you can do is hit that subscribe button. I have just provided you with information that could genuinely transform your life and help you feel 40 again. Information that many doctors may not share and that could potentially save you thousands in medical expenses. Subscribing is free, takes just 1 second, and enables me to continue producing content that positively impacts lives. So please subscribe now, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers, Senior Food Blog.